All right. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't do anything wrong. Simply disrespectful. Anyway, game. We have seen oh my gosh. Alright, give me a second. Whew. We have seen WiseMysticTree deal with A.B.A before today as Millia, but Yemma is not having, so far not having this, I'm Millia, I'm going to run the neutral business, and is pinning WiseMysticTree against the wall. WiseMysticTree escapes. Yemma is able to block out the offense and get out of it, though, which is not great for you for WiseMysticTree. That's not what you want to see. With such a mix-up heavy character, it's definitely a foreboding sign if they're able to block you out the first time. But you need a couple more data points too. It could be a good guess. It could be Yemma saying, "I know what you want. I know who you are. I know what you're about. I'm not gonna let you mix me." I would simply block correctly, and Yemma able to pull off, knowing that Millia just fucking hates touching the ground, despises it. And desperately wants him to be in the air, pulling off. I think that's actually a 2S. I'm not sure. But pulling off the anti-air, and it's got her just so much momentum in her favor. It's kind of, I think a life leads differently depending on the game. In Street Fighter 6, a big life lead is a lot of room to work with, because you can afford to lose a lot of interactions before you're looking at being tied with your opponent, which means if you win any of them, you probably just win. Whereas in Guilty Gear, I think of it as a lot of momentum, because you can get a truly devastating series of offense together where your opponent is kind of just screwed, or severely disfavored until they die. But, it's still a much more selective interaction than getting, a small chunk of your opponent's health off the board. And you still have that level of threatening offense, unless you're, no, I think even the bottom tier characters still have that level of threatening offense. Yourself. So that's the thing, is you're both competing to see who's going to force their offense upon the opponent first, and it's just, if you do that, you win. Whereas in Street Fighter 6, you're competing to see who will make the wrong decision neutral first, and you can afford to have that happen to you more times than your opponent can. Which in essence is just two different ways of looking at it. It's different ways of saying the exact same thing. I'm aware of that, but I feel that the way you say it indicates what you're putting emphasis on. I'm putting emphasis on defense in Street Fighter and the offense in Guilty Gear, and that burst bait. That fucking burst bait, man. To be fair, you didn't have to hero burst. I guess Millia was also very low on health, right? So it does make sense. It's not fully a hero burst, but... And WiseMysticTree absolutely does not want A.B.A to get any more momentum than she already has. Doesn't want her to have the momentum she's got now either, which is fair, because A.B.A just needs to find that purchase, right? Set up her infrastructure, and then the machinery of war is a go. And it is a go. WiseMysticTree escapes the wall, though, and is zooping around like a Dragon Ball character. We RC off of a hair car, and it forces Yemma to hold some offense. Principal defense on Yemma's part, though, blocks it out, and we've got a full bar of rage gauge to work with. Now we have $50, but shifting out of rage made the combo too slow. Desperate burst from WiseMysticTree does keep him alive. Absolutely needed to do that, but Yemma is here. Yemma is here and on it with the anti-airs, and it's 2-0 for 193. Yemma. 687-193, Empire. Those aren't the numbers, by the way. They might be. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are.
It's 800-588-2300.
Yes, so those aren't the numbers. But also, I don't care.
I should.
I don't care. Unless Empire's going to pay me to care, I don't give a shit. I don't care whether you're whether you call them or not. I don't work there. I would simply Donzai. And Millia will be getting off walls in this. Jumping off of walls left and right. Yemma just not able to get a wall break. Potentially to save her life. Although things have been going fine for her so far. To be fair. And eventually WiseMysticTree is able to get that final little cut, that final incision he needs to finish off Yemma. Look at something out one moment. I mean, multitasking for a moment. I'm not gonna be able to look at the game, so look at it yourself. You have eyes, presumably. If you don't, I'm sorry for assuming that you do. You got enough to deal with without me making assumptions. But I do need to work something out for it. It should be quick, but yeah, everything's all right. I just need to check on something. Need to verify something. We have a guest asked a question about the Roku. In our apartment, we took our apartment over from my dad when he moved out of state. I don't know the answer, so I'm just asking him. I think I know the answer, to be fair, but I know he knows the answer, so I'm just asking him to make sure that my answer is correct. Is all. Oh my goodness. Woo. And then I'm stretching. I don't stretch halfway. Okay, stretching is serious business. All right, what do we have going on here? Yemma is on set point, but also on not quite a sliver, but it's a Guilty Gear sliver. Like, that's a chunk in Street Fighter, but in Guilty Gear, that's a sliver. It's a Guilty Gear sliver. She's on a Guilty Gear sliver in a dream. Is able to throw Millia, no rage gauge, and not yet quite $50. Remedied that immediately, and should actually get a wall break this time. Is able to close it out 3-0 over WiseMysticTree, and will go on to do battle with Mooney.